Alright, so you've chosen to do this MIC, and I hope this explains it fairly well. You're going to want to pause the video and try doing the things I tell you to do as we go. So lots of pausing, lots of just following along with the video to make this work. So first thing you're going to do is go to Google Maps and type in your school's name, and you're going to try to find where you live. Okay, maybe this is your house right here, and we're going to calculate the distance to your house to the school. Maybe you live clear over here. We're going to find a way to find this distance. If you could walk straight to school, how far would you live? So again, Google Maps, take a photo of your school, and I'll show you how to take a photo of your school and your surrounding area. There we go. So if you do Control, Shift, and this button right here above the 6, you'll get a little crosshair thing pop up, a little plus sign will pop up on your screen, and then if you click and drag, it'll kind of pull a line around it, box around it, and when you release, it'll say screenshot taken. So try that right now. Get your screenshot of your school and where you live, hopefully where you live is on the map, or get close to it. And you can zoom in and out obviously with Google Maps. And anyway, so again, Control Shift and the button above the 6, this one, and you can take a screenshot and hone in on what you want. Next thing you're going to do is you need to go to GeoGebra, type in GeoGebra, and you're going to click on this one right here. And GeoGebra is kind of tricky, so just pay attention to these instructions, okay? First thing you're going to do is click on Geometry. That's really all you need right now. You're going to choose Geometry. Step 2 is you click on this little menu item right here, and you'll get these choices pop up. You'll want to make sure you click on Snap to Grid, but then you'll choose this one right here, the graph, and you'll choose the coordinate system, the X and Y axes, and you should be good to go. You should have your grid and graph, and now we're going to overlay that screenshot, or underlay it, I guess you might say, so that we can calculate the distance from your house to school if you could walk in a straight line. And we use a nice way to get that. So first thing now you're going to push this button right here and scroll down to Image, and you'll choose your image. You can move it around a little bit. It's on there. You can decide how big you want it to be. And then you are going to right click on your image. So you'll right click on your image, and then you're going to choose Object Properties. And from there you're going to choose this as a background image. And voila, you're ready to go. Unbelievable. And since we're now on a grid system, which is kind of how Google Map works anyway, they just don't show those, we can calculate the distance to your home. And I don't know, let's take a look. And there we are. I guess we want to click on we want to plot a point where you live and where you want to get to on the school. So you got to choose point. So you click those two buttons, and then you want to put a dot, you know, where you want to get to school. I mean, let's say you want to get to the middle of the school, so there's a dot right there. You can see it. It's right there. Okay? And then you want to click and so since you're on dot, you want to put another dot right here. So let's say this is where you live I mean, maybe your house is just right here or right here. Anyway, here's your house, somewhere close to that dot. And here's the school. And we are going to calculate this distance now from here to here. Now, I'm sure you guys, well, I think maybe you guys have learned the distance formula. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this dot right here is 5 over. And let's see, 1, 2, 3 up. So its coordinate is 5, 3. So x is 5, y is 3. Alright, and this coordinate over here is, Valley Junior High is going to be negative 1, 1. Okay? Because it's left 1 of the origin and up 1. So, okay. So, I don't know. Hopefully you guys have learned the formula for the distance between 2 points. It's kind of not so fun. It's d equals the square root. So d stands for distance of, let's see, I believe it is x1 minus x2 squared plus, and they might have done x2 minus x1, but whatever, y1 minus y2 squared. Okay. So now you just kind of subtract those numbers, so that if we subtract the x's, we've got 5 minus negative 1 squared plus, let's see, I gotta start with the same number, so 3 minus 1 squared, and then let's see, that's gonna be 6 squared plus 2 squared, because, you know, double negative right there, right? Double negative makes a positive. And so we've basically got the distance. The distance is 6 squared, which is 36, plus 2 squared, which is 4, which is 40. Distance equals the square root of 40. And I don't think I told you this, but down here in the bottom, I apologize. Down here in the bottom it says that each square, each unit is worth 200 feet. Okay? 200 feet. So every unit is 200 feet. So we'll multiply it by 200 when we get our answer. And so I guess really we could. We've got the square root of 40 squares, which is about 6 point, I don't know, something, 6.3 or 4. So if you had a calculator, which I don't, you're going to do the square root of 40 times 200, and that should get you your total distance to school, if you could just walk straight to your house. Boom. Now, I don't know, there's a quicker way to do this. It's really simple. You use the Pythagorean theorem and you just make a right triangle. See that? Boom. The side A is 2. Side B is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So so we want to find this distance C, right? The long side. So if we take a squared plus b squared equals c squared and just plug in our numbers, we've got 2 squared plus 6 squared equals c squared. Where have I seen this before? Oh, right here. Look at that. I mean, sort of I've seen. Yeah, that's kind of, I'm on the right track, right? So we've got 4 plus 36 equals c squared, and then that's 40, and then if I square root this side, I gotta square root this side, and so C equals the square root of 40. So my distance is the square root of 40, which is about 6 point something squares. So if I multiply the square root of 40 by 200, I'm going to get my distance to school. Thank you for watching. Now you need to do this work. Obviously you'd be doing this on a separate sheet of paper. Your teacher is going to want to see your work on a separate sheet of paper. You can either print this out in the library, or you could email this picture to your teacher and then hand them the work that you did to find the distance to your school. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day. And hopefully your distance wasn't the square root of 40, because we just did all the work for you. I hope you enjoyed this, Mick, and you learned something along the way. Thank you.